Looks like we're getting ready to go. Great way to start a game. Once upon a time. Wasteland for Eric. Pass the turn. So this is from the game Storia 1K. It took place. All right, Wasteland for Ed as well. And this was a win-in match for top 8. That's a Dark Depths for Eric. Ed, of course, has a Wasteland in play. I think we can hold off with the Wastelander for Ed right now. No reason to fire it off. Little scary that Eric has a way to kind of start the chain here with his own Wasteland. Second Wasteland for Ed. Well, things are going to get interesting. We're already having a good game, I think. Wasteland on Dark Depths. Dark Depths is gone. Is it the most popular snow land in the format, chat? Give us more snow lands that are non-basic. Come on. Mox Diamond. Okay. Discarding a Dark Depths. I think we're about to see Life in the Loam. That's my guess. Nope, just passing the turn. Okay.
I don't like Slovakia or something. It's just like playing the tournament. Nobody can do them. Love to see it.
Once upon a time for Ed. I don't know if both players sat down knowing what the other player was playing. I just don't know. Is it possible that Eric thinks he could be playing the mirror right now?
Yeah. I thought that format was fun.
All right, Eldrazi Temple is found. That kind of gives it away.
Yeah, there was like those 4 rocks cards.
I think by this point, both players knew what the other player was playing, though. So an Eldrazi Temple was found. Eric has Wasteland available. Glaring Fleshraker. This card is good. Okay, the old-fashioned way, casting a Once Upon a Time. We've had 3 Once Upon a Times cast so far in this match, and I'm very happy with that. Urza Saga is found.
Do anything there? No, you're good. Okay. Yeah. Go to my turn.
Both players tapping into the colorless cards in this game. Only Eric has cast a spell using colored mana so far. Urza Saga drops in. I think we expected that. This card is, of course, capable of winning the game all on its own. Fleshraker, similar. Can win the game all on its own. Well, not literally all on its own, but you know what I mean. Exploration. I mean, it can attack. It has 2 power. Well, Eric plays a second Wasteland and it blows up both of Ed's lands. And that puts Eric in a pretty good position right now. Exploration, one of the most powerful cards in the lands deck, of course. It's kind of an exploration deck. They should just call the deck Exploration Control. Alright, Flaring Fleshraker attacks. It can do that. Will we see a Fleshraker swing for lethal in this game? Probably not. Cavern and Eldrazi pass the turn. I don't think the can't be countered clause is going to matter a whole lot here, but making some mana for Myco Spawn potentially.
First land. Hope you didn't need green too bad.
Alright, there's a Yavimaya. Casting a Once Upon a Time. Someone just coughed. They were removed from the venue. Urza Saga. A second Urza Saga could be pretty mean. Okay, now crop rotation sacks the Yavimaya. Eric's going to take a look and find a land. What will it be this time? We're just going to try for Tabernacle? Or, yeah, Wasteland. Wasteland makes sense.
Go ahead. And we just have Saga, one card.
Yeah, there's a Saga, one card in Eric's hand. You can kind of feel the winning in pace here. This match means a lot to these players, both trying to make top 8 of the game story of Win a Duel. Fleshraker gets a trigger here as a Lotus Petal comes in, starting to do the Fleshraker thing. The advantage bar, I think if there was one, it would be a little bit unsure where to go right now. The Eldrazi deck has fought through, I believe, 3 Wastelands now and is still going. Making land drops, that is. Potentially casting more spells. I see another Fleshraker in hand for Ed. That could be pretty good. Once you get 2 Fleshrakers in play, you kind of could start doing some mean stuff. Okay, so Recycling Petal and Scion Myco Spawn. Okay. Fleshraker trigger. That's 2 pings. And Ed's gonna tutor a land. No kicker. No kicker that time.
I used to be with
Kind of going off a little bit here. Glaring Fleshrakers. What's that line? Now there are 2 of them?
Sorry.
The 3rd Fleshraker. Okay, Eric could be in serious trouble right now, actually. 3 Fleshrakers is scary as hell. Eric's at 13?
From here, and from here, and from here. 9? So, I'll make 2 spawns.
Ed has 2 more spawns. 3 Flesh Rakers means... Let's just see how this plays out.
Flesh Raker pings twice, and it makes so it makes 2 dudes, and it sees itself, so it makes a 3rd one.
No. He just pings for this, so it'd be 2, 4, 6.
Okay.
Actually, so 2 more.
Should be a 7.
Okay, so the players have corrected the life totals. Eric's at 7. Maybe there was some misunderstanding about what happened there. Kozilek's command ends the game. That was gross. 3 glaring Flesh Rakers is just gross. Great draws for Ed. Moving on to game 2. Eric managed to fire off 3 Wastelands and still got beat up by Flesh Rakers. Eldrazi up a game. Yeah, great sequencing that turn. Well played by Ed, for sure. Gomez with a question. What is the difference between Pauper Legacy and Pauper? I'm not sure what Pauper Legacy is, to be honest with you. I never even heard of that.
Basic Ass Forest.
Malevolent Rumble. Eric's making Eldrazi, and a surprise, Ed doesn't know what this card does because it makes Eldrazi. There was a Sajiri step put into the graveyard by Mox Diamond.
Yeah, but I'm going to take Jack's out of that. Okay. I got you.
I tell you folks of the chat all the time, you have to have every Magic card memorized if you're going to play competitive Magic. And you have to have every version, every border, every art of every card memorized. Make flashcards. People don't listen. Also a reminder, 90s MTG is brought to you by you. By you. We don't have we don't pause the stream to tell you about some product that some company is trying to sell or whatever. We don't have those kinds of sponsors here. So help us out by hitting subscribe on our YouTube channel. Thank us for not wasting your time listening to ads. By hitting subscribe. It's free.
No, I just need Rub.
And thank you to our members who are keeping the show alive. Alec in the Ink with a perfect timing. Resub 21 months for Alec. What's up, Alec? Okay, another Malevolent Rumble is happening here. Ed has a Wasteland. We saw Ed in game 1 kind of unexpectedly combo off to end the game. Eric is aware now, if he wasn't already aware, what this Eldrazi deck can do. 3 Flesh Rakers is just gross.
You gotta get it. I can't get it.
I love it.
Still resolving this Malevolent Rumble. Mox Diamond is selected. The rest goes into the trash. There's a Dismember in there.
Mox Diamond. Discard Dark Depths.
Okay, discarding Mox Diamond. Discarding Dark Depths to Mox Diamond.
What happened to Katie?
Imagine it's very good for you.
What is Eric holding? Sometimes these lands decks can make a fast Merit Lage. Kozilek's Command is a concern. Okay, sacking the 2 Eldrazi spawns. Disruptor Flute.
he like hugs some guy and then like kicks him.
Main Wasteland.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Ah, and then an Urza Saga after Flute on Wasteland. Pretty good.
That's true. It's true. Fragile America's
Disruptor Flute shutting off Wasteland and then an Urza Saga. So Eric's plan, it appears, is to make some constructs. Eldrazi Temple, Chalice X is 1. Definitely a relevant play. Crop rotation, exploration, big cards in the deck, of course. Sometimes they'll have Swords to Plowshares and stuff like that.
Cast Life in the Loam, targeting Seiju, Dark Depths, and Yavimaya.
Beseiju Who Endures, Dark Depths, Yavimaya Cradle of Growth all being bought back by Life from the Loam. Might start getting some dredging going on. Eric plays a Wasteland. Eric's Wastelands are also shut off right now. Urza Saga can start making some constructs. They already have 3 artifacts on the table that they'll be able to see. There's a Wastes for Ed.
I'm gonna command for 2. Try to exile Life from the Loam. See what else you got.
Okay, Kozilek's command is going after Life from the Loam. And it's going to resolve.
I'll subscribe to.
And the other mode is the Scry. So Life from the Loam is exiled. The best Kindred card in Legacy right now is Kozilek's command. I think, right? Or is another one I'm forgetting? I think it's the best one. What's the second best Kindred card in Legacy? I don't know. Bear Blossom? Tarfire? Yeah, maybe. Alright, Urza Saga has made 2 constructs. Now it's searching through Eric's deck for another artifact. These constructs are going to be pretty big. Is it going to be the boots? Yep, there's Lava Spur boots. Lava Spur boots means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts on the battlefield right now. On Eric's side. I don't think I've seen All Is Dust in Legacy in quite a while, but that is a good one. Eric thinking about how to proceed here. Disruptor Flute shutting off Wasteland. Has Lava Spur boots. Has 2 constructs. One is summoning sick. The boots could change that. Yeah, Eldrazi has some good Kindred cards for sure. Oh, there's also like those, what were those like Commander Masters Eldrazi spells? There was like 1 or 2 of them that got played, right? And then there was also a MH3 Commander Eldrazi spell that got some play, right? I don't remember the names of those off the top of my head, though.
Because then I have to try my
Does anybody know what the hell I'm talking about?
to be about spot.
The Seiju,
And we can't, right? Way over.
Seiju on Eldrazi Temple. I don't think Ed's going to have any lands with basic land types in there. Maybe a forest?
Throw me out of here. Oh no! If you 10 credit, you would have
I should have traded my mana card.
Does Ed have a basic forest? Maybe. All right, there it is.
Mr. I didn't get any rares.
quick to the summoning sick one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it combat?
Yep.
Swing?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes, 13.
13.
All right, 13 damage gets through, tapping the equipment for some reason. The constructs will be able to attack for lethal on the following turn, so Ed will need to take care of the situation.
Because they're just not, they were not worth selling.
2 cards in Eric's hand. Lifeline Alone was exiled. Eye of Ugin.
One of the guys who works for me literally went on a rant about how he doesn't like when their plays it's pay to play.
Go ahead.
And I my background.
The one where you draw cards?
And I had like maybe $15,000 worth of magic cards on my back. And he's like,
Passed it back to Eric with no further plays.
how much I guess. I mean, I think someone gets
Okay, Chalice check. I thought for a second there Ed was going to miss it, but Expedition Map was countered.
God, that's like
We got some taste around here.
I always like original content. I need
Attacking with both constructs. They have 6 power plus a 1 power bonus on one of them thanks to the boots. Tapping some mana. Eye of Ugin can tap because of Yavimaya. Kozilek's Command.
Exile the constructs, and I'll make 4 spawns.
Exile the construct, make 4 spawns. This is a big Kozilek's Command. There they are. One of them's going to chump.
I wouldn't just white for them. I would like white for them and alter them so that there's like 2 stripes.
Ed needed that Kozilek's Command or the game ended, I think. Once upon a time, now for Eric.
I don't want to whiteboard mine. I would alter. I would take like, you know, like the neon spray paint.
Yeah.
Like
I'll
right
just-
on the edge of a card. It like makes it easy to find.
Yeah, that'd be kind of
Yeah, you can do it pretty easy.
I like Citadel paint.
No, it's too thick. Just like spray paint. Just like on the side.
Okay, playing the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. It matters right now.
It's also one. I thought would do like people like foil peel with that. So they do like the old school like foiling stuff. Like, put it on the outside. They're pretty good.
Upkeep triggers.
I think you just take acetone.
Upkeep triggers. Will these Eldrazi spawns get destroyed? Or does Ed want to pay? Tough call. Looks like Ed's holding a sewing microspawn though.
Then again, look at the shit quality of our foils.
Okay, does not pay for the spawns. The construct currently has 6 power. 5 artifacts on Eric's side, plus the bonus from the equipment. Chalice on 1, stopped 1 expedition map so far. 6 mana.
Kick the microspawn.
Here's sewing microspawn. It's kicked this time. Could exile Tabernacle. and tutor a land. What land do we want? Mecha Spawn will also be able to block. Getting rid of that Tabernacle was huge. Although the Tabernacle already kind of had done its job. Eldrazi Temple is found. That's fine. We saw how this Eldrazi deck can go off with Fleshrakers. The Fleshraker can make tokens, and that can chump block the construct for quite a while. Voodoo says thinking about making bad purchasing choices after I get my paycheck tomorrow. What are you trying to buy, Voodoo? And I hope you have our TCG player link bookmarked, ready to go.
But there are Pokemon that, like, if you use an ability, do this. Oh, dude, I'm so excited for the new Pokemon game.
Combat.
Eric is thinking about going to combat, attacking with this construct. It gets chumped by a Micro Spawn. There's Dark Depths. Okay. Passing it back. Disruptive Flute on Wasteland has mattered quite a bit in this game as far as how it's played out. Ed doesn't currently have a creature in play. Looks like Ed's holding a copy of Reality Smasher. Okay, another Micro Spawn. Guess it's going to go after Dark Depths. Yeah, Dark Depths is exiled. Ed's going to search for a land. What do we want this time? Another Eldrazi Temple. Okay. Eldrazi. Doing the Eldrazi things. We're seeing a bit of why this deck is so powerful right now in Legacy. Format with all the Soul Lands and Eye of Ugin and Wasteland. Turns this Eldrazi creature type into a really powerful deck. Land stacks usually can, using stuff like the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale, put up a really good fight against creature-heavy decks. Crop rotation, pointing out the Chalice trigger. Maybe Eric hoping to slip one through. Maze of Ith is interesting. Attacking with the construct now. Dropping down to 5. Another Kozilek's Command.
More trigger?
No, I'm not targeting that. I'm going to scry and make that.
They also, like, dumbed it down a lot.
This one I made like.
Okay, it sounds like Eric is scooping here. Ed gets the match. Moves on to top 8. Well played, GG's. Eldrazi gets it. Eldrazi gets it. The Mika Spawn, everybody. The Mika Spawn.